Good evening. My name is Randy Veitenheimer. I am the host of Quantum Effect on Gaia.com. You may have seen some of my videos. Tonight on Questions Answered, I'd like to address a couple things that have come up. One of those is, what is the work I do? So today I'm here with Mr. Right and Mr. Wrong, two of my friends, and just to let you know that we don't want to be right and we don't want to be wrong. We want to be neutral and we want to be truthful. So neutral and truthful go together. If you can't be neutral, you can't be truthful. You're too invested in either Mr. Right or Mr. Wrong. So these are some of the things I was wanting to talk about because they directly address the work I do. And the work I do is energy medicine or energy healing. I call it energy healing. And the idea is that any problem is an energetic problem. And there's certain other aspects of it. Traditionally, we could go into psychology, psychiatry. We could go into sociology as far as how you got here. But one of the things that happens in the work I do is that people come to me because they have a problem that they haven't been able to address properly, that they haven't been able to eliminate, or hadn't been able to find the help that they need. So these are the kind of things that I address either daily or weekly in my practice. And what I thought is I would bring some of these people, some of their problems to you, because they may have relevance to you and your own life experiences. These life experiences I equate to landmines, only in this case we're going to call them life mines. Things that show up in your life and become like a bomb. They become like an explosion. And in this case, I have a client that was facing the loss of a parent. I have another client that was facing the problems associated with being suicidal for many years. And another client that was facing end-of-life changes in her own family with her parents. And all three of these kind of go together because each of them represents a positionality, a problem that basically remains unsolvable to them, so that their only response is one of sadness or grief or anxiety or depression. These disruptions are the equivalent of a bomb going off in your life. In each of these cases, there's a sense of isolation. There's a sense of being overwhelmed. And the question becomes, like, what do we do with each of those? On my side, what I do is not psychiatry, it's not psychology. It's to enable that person through the application of additional energy to be able to overcome or be able to reach a higher state of consciousness so that the problem becomes one that is manageable, at least in the sense that your emotions, your feelings, everything is not just made crazy. And crazy in this case means that which causes you pain or that which causes you an incapacity to deal with life. So a life mine is one that blows up and causes you to be unable to deal with the ongoing activities of everyday life. So what do? I talk to a person. I have some metric points that I use, and one of them is very important, and that is that you be yourself. Because one of the effects of life mines is to kick you out of yourself. It puts you into a space where you're ineffective, you're unable to deal with things. You lack either the knowledge or the energy or the effort required to be able to come to a satisfactory position. One of the things in my work is to isolate the ideas and experience of depression and of anxiety. In Chinese medicine and some other practices, there's a tendency to associate activities, consciousness, emotions, etc. with different parts of the body. So to me, I use the upper right quadrant of the brain as one that is associated with anxiety. I use the left side of the head above the ear as an associate space or place of depression. What do these mean? It means that, to me, you have energy flowing to either the right side, upper right quadrant, anxiety, or you have energy flowing to the left side above the ear, and that's depression. What this means to me is that you have energy flowing into one of these two places, and the energy is excessive. The outcome of which is the production of neurochemistry that we associate with an outcome such as anxiety or depression. These are our defaults. It's my opinion that around 5 years old, somebody walks up and goes, "So, what's it going to be? Are you going to be anxious all your life? Or are you going to be depressed all your life?" It's kind of a fallback position for when we're placed under stress. And really, all the problems that I've described today about these 3 clients is that stress has been applied to them from a direction either that they didn't expect or one which they were not prepared for. How to help yourself. What I teach to all my clients is that you need to sit down sometime, preferably in the evening or early morning, and put your back to the wall. Put the small of your back, the sacral area, so that it actually touches the wall behind you. And the middle of your back touches, and the back of your head touches. It's a very unnatural pose. Kind of looks like this. And I want you to close your eyes. You can stick your legs out ahead of you, or you can sit cross-legged. You can put your palms up or down, on your thighs, on the floor. Just rest. The idea is to hold the posture to be very straight. In this position, it's just to close your eyes and breathe. Let whatever thoughts come up, come up. This is about an 11-minute exercise or 15-minute exercise. One of the things that will happen in your breath is that at some point you may nod off if you do it in the evening, and at that point you're done. At any point that your body experiences too much pain, you're done. You're finished with the exercise. But during those 11 or 15 minutes, you're to allow any thoughts to come up about your day. And as you get to the end of it, you should contemplate, what's it going to be like when I'm older? Where am I going to be 5 years from now? What am I going to do with the loss of a person that's dear to me or of an animal? And what am I going to do and how am I going to deal with? You, in and of yourself, can come up with answers that will satisfy you and cause you to not be so reactive and not to jump into anxiety or depression over the loss of something in your life that equates to a lifeline. Another thing you can do is in the morning when you wake up, you can choose how you're going to be today. Doesn't mean you're going to stay there, probably not. But to make that choice every day becomes a habit. And that habit with all of my clients is to pick joyfulness as a state of being that I choose to go through the day with. It's a state of being that I choose to start with. Another thing you can do at the end of the day is to practice self-recognition. So self-recognition, self-acceptance of what has gone on in your life that day gives you the strength of knowing that you have made it through one day, no matter what happened. If you can make it through one day, you can make it through 2. If you can make it through 2, you can make it through a week. And if you can make it through a week, you can make it through a month, 6 months, and a year. What happens? You become content in the knowledge that you can make it through life. Thank you, Mr. Right. Thank you, Mr. Left. And thank you, everybody.